But I'll tell you, as mayor, I confronted a very difficult situation, not too different from what's going on right now in Washington. Our city was broke. We had a 20% deficit difference between income and expenses, the exact same that we have at the federal government level. My city was poor, and my city was crime-ridden. Do you guys remember those, like I said at the beginning, those Miami Vice years, right? We had 300 homicides in a given year. Chicago, which has led the nation for 11 years in a row in homicides, had 700 homicides last year. You know how many we have year to date today in Miami? 17. 17. It's a 37% decrease from a 1964 per capita low. How did we do it? Shocking. We did not defund our police. We increased funding for our police. We supported our law enforcement. Shocking. They have the hardest job in America. There is no profession in America right now where people get paid less money with more scrutiny and more risk to themselves. Why don't we give them a hand of applause, please? The second thing I did in Miami was I inherited a bankrupt city, but we balanced our budget. Again, shocking. A shocking concept for the federal government. We cut expenses, and now we have the highest reserves, the highest annual surplus, and the highest bond rating. We just got downgraded in the federal government, highest bond grading, with the lowest taxes. They're not mutually exclusive. And so that is part of the record. And guess what happened in Miami? Another shocking correlation. 14% growth last year. 14%. You know what it was the year before that? 12% growth. That's the kind of growth we love to see in our country, right? The kind of growth that we love for our children to be able to enjoy. And we can and we will if we choose the right leader. Someone who understands how to create jobs, how to create that prosperity. Not because government does it, because I don't believe that government creates jobs and prosperity. Most of the time we just got to get out of the way, right? But as a leader, your attitude, your emphasis does matter. And I'll give you an example. In New York, they had won the Amazon HQ2 prize. And instead of saying, wow, this is great, we just got 50,000 high-paying jobs, they said no, and they kicked them out. At the same time in California, they kicked out this guy, I don't know if you ever heard of him, Elon Musk. They kicked him out of California. They literally put out a tweet that said, F Elon Musk. And he replied, message received, and left. And so at the same time, someone put a tweet out that said, what if we move Silicon Valley to Miami? And I replied very innocently, how can I help? And so that change in attitude, that pro-American, pro-freedom, pro-democracy, pro-capitalistic attitude is what has made us thrive and succeed where others have failed. And so when you juxtapose what's happening in our city with what's happening in urban America, you see increased crime, increased homelessness, and increased lawlessness, which is a recipe for American decline.